All right, so before I could not go live and that one over there. Now I get a small one. Barely need my timber tool for this one, but I'll use it anyway because I made that tool for a reason. Let's see where I'm gonna set down my phone. Right here. Nice spot. Seems to hold relatively well. Yes. All right. First step in felling a tree is clearing at least acceptably the path to the tree, because there's always the chance that something goes wrong and they'll go the wrong way. Now this one isn't very big, not very heavy, so not very dangerous. But there's rules to follow, and it's best to follow them every time. First, I take away what's in the way, then I'll get to cutting it. Yes. All right. Cut away the brush so the path is nice and clear. See which way it's leaning. Though I don't have to care about that. Yeah. I'll just be pushing it straight that way with my timber tool. But first, let's clear the brush. So let's get to it. What are you waiting? What are you waiting for? Hello. So, now that the base of the tree is well cleared, I'm just going to be putting my timber tool and starting to cut, or starting to cut first, then I'll get my timber tool. It will be down real soon. And you'll see it's very easy and very safe to be felling trees with this. Built it myself. So this is a sturdy, it's heavy. It can double as an exercise bar. It weighs 50 pounds. there's some tension on the tree. And then I'll just make a horizontal cut until I almost my other cut. Then I'll crank it up and put it down. But you must be a little curious as to what the method is, so here you go. You see, at the base of the tree, I've sawn a little piece off this out of the trunk, and now on the other side I'll make a horizontal cut. Then just crank up my my timber tool and put the tree down. Now I still have 2 trees to cut down out here, and then I'll consider finished for now. Trees are respectively this one and that one, and the only question is, yeah, I should be sending it out there. That would be the best, I think. Hard to find a good vantage point for my camera with this, but I'll do my best, especially because there's a lot of stuff in the way. I'll just set you down here and get my my chainsaw. now to get my fuel. Working difficult. If you notch the trees correctly and they don't lean too much, lots of trees lean, so like this tree here, I don't think I need it because it's kind of leaning that way, and so that's the way I want to make it fall. So I'll probably just go and do that. My tool. Wondering where to set my phone down. You guys can look. Well, there. So I hope you enjoyed the show. Remember, if I ever went live, cut down trees before. All right. I'm done. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I hope you'll subscribe and follow my channel for more videos. And you can always tell me what you'd like to see. It's like, I don't know if I'll do it already, but next year I'd like to start the construction of a small house at the end of my family's land. Well, house, cabin, whatever, it depends on how well I make it. And I would show the process from beginning to end, oftentimes going live like this, if the mobile connection permits. And I don't know how long the project would take me. It might not be that long, really. But if that's something you would find cool, then subscribe, and you'll get to see it in the coming months. It would be after winter, though. I know it's still summer out here, but unless I decided to really get on with it, I could always make the base this fall, but I don't know if I will. So anyway, until next time, bye-bye. I hope you enjoyed the live, and if you did, put a thumbs up on the video, and I hope to see you all again soon.